working on the hair and got that painted to keep my shading and highlights consistent. I put a big made a big blob of molding putty and just kind of made a head out of it, I guess, and have that shoved in there to keep these parts together while I paint them. Looking at it, I thought it could use a little bit more yellow. It just looks too tan, you know, maybe. Being this is an animated character, I wanted to have that golden yellow look, so I thought I would go over this with some more transparent. So for that, I thought I would use a couple that I already have by Badger. I think I've showed these before, but these are their Ghost Tint line, and these are really cool. They spray real nice. When I was mixing up this one, and I don't know if you can see, but I noticed a lot of the pigment, or the pigment seems to be kind of settling in the bottom there. Over here you can see where I started kind of digging it out. So, and that's not to say anything negative about this paint. I have this yellow. Did I say already? I want to use the Ghost Tint golden yellow to kind of punch in some of the shadows a little bit more, or the darker areas to tint those, and then I want to use just the straight yellow for the lighter color. But this one, I've used it more, so it doesn't have that settling on the bottom. It's just that I've had this sitting in a tub for several years, at least 3 years. Let me get a palette knife out here and let's see if we can rescue this paint. I better get a piece of scrap here so we can. Is this gonna fit? Alright, good. I can see the kind of coagulated chunks in there. Let me get some of it out. Yeah, this is kind of solid. I don't know if I want to try to mix this up now. I may just want to strain this and use the liquid out of it. I guess the moral of this story is to use your paint, not let it sit around. Let's strain this, and then I'm just going to put it right back into the bottle. I don't know what's left in the bottom here. Let's see if we can scoop this out. Oh, and I just got it all over my table. Good job. And here's what's in the bottom of that. It's real solid and real sticky. The rest of this is just fine, and I'm going to pour it back into the bottle. I'm going to start spraying that in some of these lower areas and see how that looks. I sprayed that golden yellow on the bottom here, and I gotta be honest with myself, and I think I liked it better before. This is way too much yellow, and I should have just either thinned it more or I don't know, done something else. But I did the same on the top. It's not as bad. So now I'm gonna kind of bring it back a little bit, and I took some of my highlight color. I'm gonna put a few drops of just the Ghost Tint yellow in there to tint that. Yeah, I could just be using regular yellow paint too, but this happens to be here, so, and it'll tint it more subtly. Got all these parts base coated with a flesh color it's a little bit redder and darker than obviously it's going to end up being, but I wanted to start off with my, with the darker color and then work my way up. But before I spray any highlights, I'm going to add some red tones, like around the kneecaps and underneath there, maybe back of the leg there a little bit. Here's my base coat. It's kind of a rosy color. Then I mixed up some crimson here, combined that with my original base color to make it quite a bit more pink. Yeah, rather than do this with transparent colors, I'm just kind of mixing my two colors together, which is what I did on the dress as well. Let me get that. What I did here with the dress was I painted it all white, started it off with white, and then mixed up a blue color and mixed that in with some white. Here's the blue. And here it is, mixed in with the white. Worked that around the bottom of the base and then brought it up until, to where I wanted it to get that nice feather. And then I kind of went in and just did several layers inside of these little notches to get it darker. And then I lightened it up a little bit more and hit the edges with a lighter color. This color mixed up, and this spot of the leg here is gonna kind of plug in high enough that you won't see it. So I'm gonna use that area to kind of and demonstrate what I'm trying to do here. If you can see, there we go. It's much more pink in there. I know these are really, really large jars for storing paint in. I could have found something smaller, but it's what I had on hand, and I wanted to mix up a bunch. So here's the wings cast in transparent or translucent resin. Very cool, and so is the base. So, or the parts of the base, which I sprayed with some clear blue. When it came to painting the wings, I was looking at at some build-up pictures that I found, and it looked like they had been painted with a bit of pearlescent or iridescent paint. But I wasn't sure if it was that, or if it was just a trick of picking up the color behind it, giving it a certain look. So being unfamiliar with the character, I looked online and it looked to me that her wings are just white. So I asked the owner of this kit, what he wanted to do, because obviously he's familiar with the anime, and he agreed that they were white in the show, but it seems like a shame when these are painted with, or it seems like a shame to not take advantage of the clear resin. So they thought it would be a good idea with maybe the with an iridescent white color, and if it doesn't look white, we can easily strip it, and I can just paint them white. So to do that, I got some iridescent white. I went with the Liquitex Basics. Sorry, it's a little bit more affordable, and for what I'm using it for, this will be good. I'm gonna mix that with some Pledge, which I was looking all over for this ever since Future Floor Wax quit making it. I've never been able to find it in any local stores and kind of gave up. And recently I found some of it, and smells a little bit different than Future Floor Wax. I know you can't go off smell, but it seems to work just as well. I was going to use this Filo gloss varnish. This is good stuff, but $5 for a little bottle. I'm going to use this for I'm saving this for eyes and things like that. I'm going to mix that up, and then I'll lightly mist that over the wings, and we'll see how that looks. I did like the way these turned out, and so did my client, so I was happy about that and went ahead and finished up with the painting. As with the last video, sorry if this is choppy, but I hope there's something helpful in it. And in the next one, I'll cover putting everything together and plan on some future videos that are dedicated to some of these things I've been talking about, such as the transparent paints. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.